Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. Unfold that one, and then I'm going to very carefully lower that one down and unhitch it very, very gently because we don't want to damage it. And then I'm going to hitch up this combine on here. If I can. There we go. Right. And we're going to... Actually, if we go over... I wonder if we can get onto... You know, we don't even need to get onto the road just yet. We can do this another way. There's all kinds of ways that you can do things. Here in England, the expression is, there is more than one way to skin a cat. I'm not sure how the cat feels about this. I don't think anyone ever stopped to ask the cat how it felt about the fact that there are more than one ways, that there is more than one way to skin it. But that is the expression that we have in this country. There is more than one way to skin a cat. I'm curious, what expressions do you have in your countries, anyone who's watching, that are similar? Like, obviously, if English isn't the main language, then write it out. Like, put it in the comments. I quite like reading comments in other languages, but I mean, provide an English translation as well if you can, because that does help people to actually understand what is being said, and I always feel that's a step in the right direction. Put the expressions in. Like, for us, the expression to say that there's more than one way of doing things is there's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't quite know where this has come from. I don't know why skinning a cat is specifically the one that we have, but it's there. That is the one that we have in English, is the whole skinning the cat thing. So other languages, other countries, get into the comment section and tell me what is your expressions for there being more than one way to do something. I mean, there might not be. Like, we've got some expressions in English that I'm finding out that there's just no kind of equivalent in some other languages. I mean, it does really depend on the language that you look at. Some of them are very different and some of them are not. Something that I found out that was I thought was quite remarkable. The English language has got, I think it's roughly 500,000 words. It's something like 500,000 words. And then the German language has got something like 5 million words. So 10 times as many words as the English language. And as kind of standard. And, right, that bit on its own is really cool. So there's 10 times as many words in the German vocabulary as there is in the English vocabulary. Okay, yep, fine. But the one thing that really astonished me, genuinely astonished me, was if we go over here to these animals right here, when one of these animals, when a chicken, or generally any bird at all, when it goes to sleep, I wonder if we can open this door. Yes, we can. When it goes to sleep, it will sleep on one of these. Now, in English, we call this a perch. And a bird that sits on such, well, any branch, a bird that sits on a branch, a bird that goes and sits on a wire, a telephone wire, electric wire, anything like that, sits on the branch of a tree, anything. Those birds are not said to be sitting on these branches and so on. They are said to be perching on branches and so on. And this here is not just a stick. It is a perch. Specifically, it is a stick for a bird to sleep on, to sit on. And it is a perch. And they are perching when they are sitting on said branch or whatever. There is no equivalent in the German language. A language that has 10 times the number of words that we have in English, and there is no equivalent. Birds don't perch, birds just sit. They just sit. The same as any other animal. They just sit. They don't perch. There is no perching. And so I'm curious, now, those of you who speak other languages, do you have an equivalent word in your language for perching? Is there a separate word to describe the action of a bird sitting on a branch or a wire or a line or something in order to, well, just sit, to rest, to sleep? The only time you describe a bird as sitting in English is when it is specifically sitting on a nest. If it is on a nest, then that bird is sitting. Other than that, it is perching. And that is, well, it's separate from German in that respect. But I'm curious, is it separate from other languages as well? Are there other languages out there where this whole perching thing isn't a thing? Like, it really genuinely astonished me when I found out that it is not a thing. I was utterly amazed by this, and I thought it was just really, really awesome. So I'm curious now, are there other languages where it is a thing or it is not a thing? So anyone who speaks a language that is not of English origin, please let me know. I really, really I need to know this information. I need to know, do you have such a thing in your language? And sure I can get round here. I'm positive I can get round. Come on, we can do it. Yes, the top of the combine may be a little bit kind of hung up on the tree. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. If I fold the combine up, maybe that will help. So if I go to the combine itself and we fold that one up, that's fine. Look at that. Did you see the bit? Did you see the hitch come off? I literally just stretched. It's doing it again. Look at that. It stretched it right off. I broke it. I'm dying. I haven't laughed this hard at this game in a long time. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to get a little bit stuck, and I like sort of pulled through. But I really I wasn't. Wait, no, not down that side as well. I wasn't expecting it to just kind of stretch away from it and then ping back like some oversized slinky going wrong. Oh, that was fabulous. That was absolutely amazing. Truly magnificent, that was. Oh, what beauty that was. It was like poetry in motion, that was. That was absolutely astoundingly beautiful and brilliant and wonderful and amazing. And let's just bring you over here a minute and we'll just wash you off. There we go. Right, we've done the pressure washing thing. Now, it has been pointed out. I'm still thinking of this thing stretching away from the head. That was absolutely glorious. I loved it. Right, let's be sensible now, shall we? Yeah, okay. Let's not be too sensible, else I'll blue screen again. Let me just drink coffee. Right, I have coffeed, and extra caffeine is probably not a good thing, but, well, it is a good thing, so we'll just leave it at that. Now then, I have a couple of jobs, so I still need to pick up straw, but I'm just going to go and tip this barley here in for our chickens, because they can never have too much barley, and then we can carry on with a little bit more straw. It has been pointed out that I'm a little bit kind of OCD when it comes, and I know I have actually been told off for saying that exact phrase, a little bit OCD. However, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that one, because I personally believe you can be a little bit OCD and not just completely, and I do realise that it is a crippling thing for some people, so I don't say it to make light, but you can be partially OCD. But anyway, that bit aside, it has been pointed out that things are starting to get a bit messy around here. And for someone who claims to have OCD at times, I'm leaving a lot of machinery outside. And I concur. I agree. So this area here that I'm currently dancing around in is clearly for machinery. But we need some sheds to put stuff in. We need to put things away. Possibly I will remove the ramp of... I was going to say the ramp of rambition. You know, ambition and ramp. The ramp of revolution. But I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that right there because we'll use it again. We'll test a few things out on that every now and then. We'll just do a little test drive over it, just for fun. Because why not? I also, because I didn't change the thing with the chickens over here. I didn't actually move those markers to reflect where the pallets go down. We can't see where they are, but basically we just have to keep them in line. The pallets do, however, run all the way out here in a very, very long line, so we will be able to do something with that a little bit later on, but we're not going to worry about it at the moment. So you can come over here. So that's another thing that I need to do, is I need to get some sheds and stuff, and we need to start sort of figuring that out. Right now, I'm going to go and pick this lot up. So let's start that. And all I need to do is basically just kind of like swing around here, and then we can run around the outside edge of the field and go and gather up this little bit of straw. The great thing about the speed that we can do this is that I can pick up all of these fields really, really quickly and efficiently, and you haven't got a load of boring footage to go and watch. It's just me driving up and down the field dully and not really doing anything of interest. And, well, I guess that is... I know that that is actually a really good thing. So we will be grateful for small mercies. And if I whiz up through here like this... I can spin round and then get this side, and then this field is very nearly almost finished already. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these fields here. This one I'm thinking that, well, see, I'd like to buy up like field 17 and so on and start moving up that way, but we don't have the money to do that at the moment. We had like 12 million euros. We've kind of used up 1 or 2 of those millions, and now we don't have very many left. So we need to be able to start selling something and making some cash before we can do very much else. As one field finished, we've got 2 more that we need to just whiz off and do up here. There was the little tiny bit of oats left in that field that we missed, but it's really not worth going back and getting those. So we've got this field right here, which we need to head up this road in order to be able to get into. And drive up here, and then there it is. There's a little bit that goes across right here that will have a drain going underneath it. And this one is literally going to be like once up and once down the field, and then there may be a little tiny bit left over at the end, but that's going to be about it. But we'll be able to join this field to the one that's next to it, so that's another little task that we're going to need to do. I say we, that's clearly going to be more a me thing. I think we are kind of pushing the limits of what the game will allow us to pick up off the ground by just the odd little bit that does get left behind. Like there was just a little tiny bit that got left behind then, and I think that is the game reaching its limits as to what I can pick up. Now, I do have in the XML file, there is actually a setting that you can change. There's a number that you can change that says how much you can pick up off of the ground at one time while you're traveling along. And it's done in liters per second, so maybe I'm just kind of like pushing the limits of the liters per second that we've got to. Let's see if I bounce across there. It also might just be the fact that I'm bouncing up and down ever so slightly, and that is what's causing it to just skip out a little tiny bit. I don't really know. It could be anything, but honestly, it doesn't really matter all that much, does it? So I'll just pick up this field as well. And we have got a field gathered up. Excellent. Right, just going to get that little bit over there, and job done. Right. So now I can run this back. We'll top up the straw that we've got in our feed mixer. We will top up the straw that we've got in for our cows, because I think they've just about run out. And then we can go and let's just squeeze in front of him right there. Then we can go and take the rest of the straw and we will put it into storage and keep it for whatever it is that we might want it. I did see a mod that actually takes straw and you can make like straw hats and baskets and stuff like that. I don't know if it's actually available at the moment. The problem with this game is that you can't search mods, so you've got to go through them slowly, and it's a bit of a pain. Actually, I'll tell you what, well, I'll look at that in a second, because it's going to take a minute or two to like unload the straw, so I can look through that while I'm waiting for the straw to unload over here in a minute. Let's turn off those beacons, and I want to go over to the cows, and we'll reverse into there. Give them a little bit more, because we've got a bit of manure over there in storage. If you have a look at our cows, right there, we've got slurry 100,000 litres. It's telling us there. It doesn't actually tell us how much manure we've got, but if we go here, it does tell you there we've got 77,330, but because we've got no straw currently in the cows, it's not going to increase anymore until such time as I reverse in here and tip out a little tiny bit of straw. So I've got 1.549 million litres. And now I have 1.5116 million litres. Let's go over here, round this way, and I can tip that out. And while I'm tipping that out, I'm just going to have a look and see if I can see. I'm not sure if we've got a straw thing here. Alright, that is very cool. There is an outhouse mod. You put straw, water, and wood chips in, and you get slurry and manure coming out. How cool is that? It's an actual outhouse. You know, we're going to have to put that one. I'll do that in a minute. Let me keep looking for this thing I was looking for. You can turn straw into chaff here, but it's this one. Straw processing. This one makes straw clothing, accessories, and so on. So I'm going to buy this one. We're going to put this one down, so we're going to take this over here. It requires water, and it requires straw to go in as well. So I've got water's got to come in on this side, straw's got to go in on the back, and then where do the pallets of produce get put? Possibly they go to the back as well. That side. I don't actually know where the pallets for this are going to be placed, so we kind of need to allow for it to be able to come out sort of anywhere. So I've got straw goes into the back, and then we've got water on the other side. So if I was to do it that way round, yeah, but then you can't see. And I really like the idea of having this straw hat bit that we can see. So I'm going to put this one up near the road, because I feel that that's kind of like a little bit more lined up with what you do, because this is like a public shop almost, isn't it? So I feel that kind of fit a little bit better. So if I drop that one down there, and yes, I haven't got very much money left now because I keep spending it like water, but it's fine. So we will go and have a look at that in just you know what, actually. What should I take? Well, first up, we'll go and have a look, and we'll see what it takes. So, that one... Straw accessories, outgoing products. It doesn't actually have anything going out. Building and straw crate. Right, it's not telling us very much, and we don't have very much on here either. It's just got outgoing products. So I'm wondering if there's a part of this mod missing or broken. So I'm not going to do anything else with that one at the moment. I'm just going to leave it. And I'll have a look at that mod when I'm not recording and just see if there's something extra. Maybe there's an update for it somewhere, something like that. Something that just needs to be tweaked ever so slightly to make sure that it is going to be working properly. The next thing that we want to do is we need to get raisins for our cereal over there, because we've got 2 lots of them now. If you have a look here, cereal, I need raisins to go in there. I mean, admittedly, it's going to be a while. We've got to get the honey. We've got to get the straw. With the honey, we are making. But strawberries we need to get, and chocolate. And all of these other things I'm going to grow on the map, and we will deliver. Raisins I'm not going to worry about delivering. Now, I can just go and buy them like that, but I can only buy them 1,000 litres at a time, and I don't want to click it 30 times. So I'm going to just have a quick look through and see if they've got any mod here that will allow me to buy stuff quicker. Excuse me. Allow me to buy stuff any quicker than 1,000 at a time. Something that does really irritate me about this game is that you can't search things. So you do have to keep just scrolling through in order to be able to find what you want. These pallets are selling at 2,000 litres a piece, but I can only buy 1 at a time, which is a bit slow. That one is 1,000, and I can buy that at 1 at a time. Just got to find the right thing to get hold of. Right, there's one here that I've got, and I can buy 16 pallets in a single block, which is a lot easier. So there's 30,000 litre. Well, it's going to be 30,000 euros, but it's also 30,000. Wait, 16,000. Yeah, 16,000 euros to buy. So it's not cheap. It's really not cheap to go and buy all of these raisins, and we've now got no money left, but we've at least got the raisins. So if I go and grab you right here. Now, July at the moment, the egg prices, we were kind of like holding on to the eggs to see when, oh, it's November that they come up. June, July. You know what? I think we should sell the eggs. We've got 1,500 right here, and we kind of need the money. So, multi-fruit buying station. Is that the one that I've got just there? Could I buy raisins from that multi-fruit buying station? I very much doubt it. You can buy eggs, but, I wonder if we can buy... You know what? It would actually tell us if we could do that. If I went to... Raisin... It's got it there. It says 1,000. So let me just put this one underneath and let's see if we can buy raisins in bulk. I mean, I suspect that it's not going to work with this trailer because the trailer is just not going to allow it to tip in. So we've got... This is the multi-fruit buying station. We got grapes that we could use. We could go with grapes right there, and then we could process... Excuse me. We could buy grapes and we could dry them ourselves, and we could do it that way. That's definitely a way that we could do it. Pig food, lime, silage additive. And I'm getting a whole load of extra bits just here now. This is... But we don't have raisins. Right. I've already gone and bought raisins now, but maybe in the future we will buy grapes instead, and we'll do it that way. So let's just shut you off right there, and instead I will go... Well... I only need a small vehicle at the moment, so I'm going to have this one, and I'll run this down. We will go and get the raisins at the shop. We'll bring those back, and we'll put them into just the plain muesli one. I'm not going to worry about raisins going into the other one. And the other one, we will populate that with the various different crops that we want to get. I've got several fields here that we need to start preparing to plant crops. I don't know how much we're going to plant this autumn. I mean, it's July at the moment, so we've got like maybe some barley and some wheat we could put in and do something like that. I'm not quite sure yet, but let's just go and get this and run this back to the yard. And then we've got the raisins, and that means that we can then start actually... There we go, look at them all. Fantastic. That means that we can actually start producing cereal, and I could do that. I've already got the first bit. Look, see, I've got 1,000 right there, so I could start this one up. So activate right there. It's 120 per month, and it does 2,000 cycles a month, using 2 raisins each time. Oh no, 1 raisin each time. So, I mean, my raisins there, that's not going to last very long. So there's 1 raisin per month, so I'm using 24,000. So if we fill everything up, we have got more than a year's supply if we can fill everything up, which is really cool. And that one will go on to spawn. Bread up here, this one is spawning bread. Yep, okay. So I need to get some greenhouses and things like that set up so that we can start getting everything else up and running on here. We've got a lot of different products and stuff that we want to bring over to our main production area and start getting all of those in, and we've got to grow as many crops as we possibly can. We got a lot of work ahead of us. I am going to industrialize this little rural slice of the Netherlands, and it's going to just be turned into complete full-on industry. I don't know if I told you about the greenhouses. I don't know if I did or not. I seen greenhouses when I was in the Netherlands. I was on the train and I was, well, going there and coming back. Not that far outside of Amsterdam. The greenhouses, I have never seen anything like it. It was incredible. I've got to show you this. Right. Greenhouses... Picture roofs like that, except that they were glass, not solar panels. I did see some big fields of solar panels, but that's a different thing. Greenhouses like that. But as far as you can see, from here all the way down to there, right? As far as you can possibly see, greenhouses. So we're over on the side of the map. I'm traveling on the train. It's going along like 150 kilometers an hour or whatever it travels at. I don't know. Maybe it's 180 when it's really going some. And I can see greenhouses all the way out. I'm on the train. Traveling on the train, going along on the train, and I'm looking out the window, and it's all flat, and I can see that it's really flat, and it's strange and alien, but it's covered in greenhouses. Everything. All of this. No trees. Ignore the trees. No houses. It's greenhouses. Just acres and acres and acres. Hectares. Square kilometers of greenhouses everywhere. None of these buildings. I'm on the train. Still on the train. Going on the train. On the train. Sitting on the train. Looking out the window. On the train. Looking out. And this is greenhouses. It's still greenhouses. Masses and masses. Occasionally you'll see a chimney sticking up, smoking away, like chimneys do. And they're heating the greenhouses. Everything else is greenhouses. All of this, greenhouses. No trees. Ignore the trees. There's a lot of trees here. No trees. You can't see trees. It's greenhouses. Yeah? More greenhouses. There's no farm there. That's not a farm. There's more greenhouses. Yeah, I'm still on the train. Still going on the train. And this was what it was like. Like, I covered much more distance than this. And it was just greenhouses. So many greenhouses. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it. I looked it up when I came back. And the Netherlands has got something like 10,000 hectares of greenhouses. Which is insane. 10,000 hectares? That is absolutely insane. Very cool. Very awesome. It's a very awesome, cool kind of fact that they've got all of these greenhouses. And they just look incredible. I didn't really get any good pictures, so I'm not going to bother posting that on Instagram. But I highly recommend that you just do a quick Google search of the stuff of the greenhouses in the Netherlands, just so that you can take a look and you can just see the mind-boggling scale of it all. It's well worth it. It's well worth a look. It is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. So I strongly recommend that you do that. Okay, so we've now got 17,000 litres of raisins in here, and we are making cereal. Currently, we have 26 litres of cereal. Fantastic. We have 12,000 euros left to our name, and we did make a boatload of money. I've also borrowed €1,000,000, so I'm going to kind of need to pay that back at some point, I think. I think the time... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.